Mr. Fields, you state you are here for the sake of your 1-year-old son.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim the defendant has lied to you, cheated on you, and even told you herself that you are not the child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Nichelson, you deny being unfaithful and say Mr. Fields is the one who has cheated, and you can prove it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Furthermore, you say you're furious you have to prove paternity to him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Fields, what exactly has Ms. Nichelson done to make you doubt paternity?
Well, Your Honor, Sharice is a liar. The reason why I'm saying this is because Sharice gets off of work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she doesn't come home until 9 o'clock. Wow. Not to mention that I found numerous amount of panties in her vehicle.
Excuse me.
Your Honor. Along with an overnight bag.
Your Honor.
If you have an overnight bag, if we live together, why do you have an overnight bag, Sharice?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Tyrell's the one who's the liar. He's the one who's the cheater. He sends me videos, pictures. I'm seeing text messages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. There's proof that he's cheating. I also have a video stating that he's cheating.
Okay, Your Honor. And I've told her everything. I've told her even before I've done such a thing.
Excuse me. This relationship is at rock bottom. You're a liar, you're a cheater. I have proof that you're doing so. So, I mean...
What proof do you have?
I have a video showing that he's having sexual conduct with this lady.
Your Honor,
May I show you?
You submitted this video to the court.
Yes. I had to block out some things, of course, but...
Your Honor, I'm going to tell you how much of a dishonest person she is.
Excuse me, he's in a public bathroom.
First, I'd like to see her evidence. You've submitted a video to the court.
Yes.
Let's take a look at that evidence.
But I'm the one who's cheating.
Your Honor.
But I'm the one who's cheating.
Your Honor.
That's a video you got from where?
He sent it to my phone.
Your Honor,
about 2 weeks ago.
He sent it to your phone?
About 2 weeks ago,
Your Honor.
Why would you send that video to her phone?
Your Honor, I did it out of anger, and I told her that I was going to cheat because she said she was going to cheat. Your Honor, just this morning before we got here hours ago, she told me that she slept with another man, and she took my son to go see him last week, and that's actually his dad.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I did not say that. I did not say that this morning. What I said to him was, you keep telling me that he's not your son, so yeah, I'm gonna let you believe that he's not your son.
Your Honor, she told me she was going to fail the lie detector test, and she slept with another man.
I never told you that. Tyrell.
So listen, this relationship obviously isn't going very well.
No.
Obviously not.
Neither one of you trust the other, but I need you to take me back during the window of conception so I can understand what exactly is going on and why is there an issue surrounding this child's paternity. Mr. Fields, why are you doubtful?
The reason why I'm saying this is because I have a calendar to show the conception of his time and the conception that I caught her cheating. You
believe the conception dates are off?
Yes.
Now, to be clear, you all were in a committed relationship during this time?
Correct.
So you didn't think she was having sex with anyone else, but she was?
Yes.
And you know that?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Her own cousin even told me she was having sex with another dude, and that dude called her phone.
Excuse me, was my cousin there to actually see that we were having sex?
Your Honor, her cousin knew the guy's name, the car he drove, and everything.
He doesn't drive a car, he catches the bus. So that's already a lie.
So the guy he's talking about, you know who that guy is?
Yeah, he's my coworker.
Were you in a sexual relationship with him?
No, I was not.
Your Honor,
I was not.
One day I went up to her job. The dude that I believe is that child's father, he did a sexual gesture to her in front of my face, and she pretended like she didn't see it. That's the same dude that called her phone the same night I went to pick her up from her house.
Your Honor, how am I supposed to see a gesture if it's behind me?
Your Honor,
he said he's seen it. If my eyes are forward looking at you, how can I see what's going on behind my back?
Your Honor.
So you never saw this gesture?
I never saw.
What kind of gesture was it, Mr. Fields?
He did a thrusting sex gesture.
So he was implying that he was having sex with her?
Yes, and also when I spoke to him on the phone, he said blatantly that she was on his top, as she was saying, she wouldn't leave him alone.
Excuse me. Every time I came into work, this gentleman spoke to me. We're co-workers. Why aren't we able to speak to one another? You are just insecure of yourself.
Your Honor,
obviously, that's what the video just showed. I'm not the one who's cheating, it's you.
Your Honor, if you're in a committed relationship, why is this dude calling your phone 11 o'clock at night?
It was not 11 o'clock at night.
So if you are in a committed relationship, why do you have videos of women twerking on you?
I just do it. I just do it, Your Honor. And you know what she says? She says, go ahead and do it. I want to see you do it. Send me the video after you're done.
Excuse me, why would I want my boyfriend to cheat on me? What female wants that? Does it make sense? It doesn't.
Your Honor,
Who wants to be cheated on?
She says that out her mouth, along with her sister saying that she's a cheater and that boy is not mine.
Your Honor.
So now her family member told you.
That's correct. 2 family members, her cousin and her sister, said that baby is not mine.
Your Honor, what I want to know is, how are you listening to other people when they're not even the ones who were with me while I was having sex?
Yeah.
I've been with you since I was 16, 4 years ago, Tyrell. 4 years.
Yeah.
This man took my virginity. I just been with him all my life, really. He's all I know. And if for him to deny my kid, that hurts. It hurts so much. It really does. It hurts so much, and it's just crazy.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I feel like he believes that it's his son, but something is telling him to not believe it because his insecurities are telling him not to believe it.
Well, Sharice, why do I not believe it?
Because of yourself. You're insecure.
Why am I insecure?
You told me that you were the same way with your ex-girlfriend.
Why am I insecure?
You're insecure because you think that I'm cheating when you're the one who's doing it in reality.
So you believe you do nothing to make me believe
I don't
that?
do anything. Anything. What proof do you have?
Explain.
I clearly got proof of you.
Explain the
Look at him. He looks just like you.
Explain the hickeys on
He
your
looks
neck
just like
and the hickeys
you.
on your
I
chest.
never had a hickey on my neck. Never. You don't even suck on my neck. But yet I got a hickey. I don't like it, number one.
Your Honor,
Excuse
her
me,
coworker.
Your Honor, look at the forehead.
Her coworker.
Same hairline.
One of her coworkers told me she was giving a man oral sex in the back hallway at her job.
Your Honor.
Oh, that's a lot of people talking about her.
Exactly. You're getting a lot of information that I haven't even heard of.
But you were seen walking in the back hallway with him on camera.
When was this? What camera? Where is it at? Where's the footage? Since I'm cheating, where is the footage to show the judge?
Do you have any evidence of this, Mr. Fields?
Yes, I do, but it's currently not here.
Therefore, that's not evidence.
And therefore,
That's
I
irrelevant.
cannot hear it. If you're going to come to court, you got to be prepared. You're making a lot of assertions. Did you bring any evidence?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
What do you have, sir?
I have a
Ron,
calendar.
will you please hand me Mr. Fields' evidence? This is a calendar you've prepared.
Yes.
And this calendar is to outline what exactly?
Conception of my son. He was.
So you claim the estimated conception date is around September 24th, which is outlined in green.
That's correct.
And then you had this altercation with the coworker on September 27th.
Correct.
Right after he did this gesture, which implied he was sleeping with your girlfriend.
Correct.
And then on October 24th, the doctor confirmed that Ms. Nichelson was 4 weeks pregnant.
Yes.
Now, as you count back 4 weeks, it's right during the week where you believe she was having sex with the coworker.
Yes, not to mention we weren't having sex at all around that time.
Your Honor, first off, those dates are wrong. We went to school together out Job Corps in Pittsburgh. Okay, I found out that we arrived there the 22nd of October. I was told that I was pregnant like the 25th of October, okay? 2 weeks after that, that's when I had my first doctor's appointment, and they told me that I was 5 weeks. So if you count back 5 weeks, that doesn't even add up. If I was 2 weeks after October 25th is what? The second week of November, am I correct? Count back 5 weeks, it's still October.
Yes.
Where are you getting these dates from? That's what I want to know.
Either way, we weren't having
Where are you
sex.
getting, Tyrell, we never used protection.
Either way, we weren't having
Never
sex
used
at that
protection.
time.
We never used protection, so I don't understand.
Explain
And so
to me-
were you intimate with Ms. Nichelson in October?
No.
Oh my God.
Your Honor,
Oh my
Your Honor,
God.
I didn't even want to have sex with her. She had to beg
Your
me.
Honor, sorry. We had sexual relations every day.
She had to beg me.
Every day.
Yeah.
Without protection. Without protection. For you to sit up here and deny my baby, that makes no sense.
Your
Because
Honor,
you know,
Your Honor, she
never
had
used
to,
the condom. I wasn't on birth control.
Your Honor, she had to beg me. She said if I don't give it to her, she'll get it elsewhere.
What sense does that make? What sense does that make? I'm not pressed for it. You are clearly that's what the video showed. Clearly.
So, at the point you find out you're pregnant, you tell Mr. Fields.
I was there.
When she found out?
Yes.
At that time, did you have a doubt?
At that time, I was excited, but then I started thinking about overall what just went on, what happened previous to that, and I started having doubts. But not to mention, I've been there since the whole 9 months. I take care of my son. I do everything
Your Honor,
for him.
if he's doubting my kid, what sense? You're providing for him. Why are you providing for a child that you don't think is yours?
I told you that I'm going to provide for my son until I'm proven otherwise.
All right.
Your Honor, not to mention that I wasn't even invited to the baby shower.
You were not. You were not able. I asked you to come. My mom did not want you to coming because none of my family likes you.
And you allowed
And you
that?
know it. You know it.
And
You've been together for 4 years. They've disliked you since the second year of us being together.
And you allowed that.
And you know it. Allow what? It ain't my fault they don't like you. It's because of yourself.
Okay.
It's because of yourself.
So, Mr. Fields, when you didn't get an invitation to the baby shower and you already were doubtful, that made you feel...
That just added the icing on the cake for me.
It added fuel to the fire.
Your Honor, he even told me that he didn't want to come due to my mother.
That's false. Your Honor, the baby shower at that point didn't matter because I had already had my own baby shower out of my own pocket. I buy everything for him. He has all the Jordans. Every release he has, I buy everything for him, his clothes. When I first found out she was pregnant, I went right out, got a whole bunch of clothes for him, everything. I was there for the whole 9 months. I was paying the rent. I was there providing for you and him.
That's correct. But yet you brought me here because you're denying the baby. So why provide for a child that you don't think is yours?
You told me multiple times that he...
You named him.
You told me multiple...
You're denying him, but you named him. He has your middle name and last name. Would I name a child after him if he's not his?
You told me multiple times that he's not mine. What do you expect for me to believe?
I tell you this because you want to believe that he's not yours. I'm going to also make you believe he's not yours until you get proven otherwise.
All right, so this is the part right here, because, as the man says he has doubts, as you get angrier and angrier, you begin to tell him, well, if you don't think the baby is yours, then I'll just tell you the baby's not yours. And you do understand, Ms. Nichelson, that's just making a bad situation worse. Because what you're giving him is, something to hang his hat on. I mean, literally. And that's unfortunate. Not just for you two because you're going tit for tat and back and forth and can't get along, but for the child. How many times have you said to him, this isn't your child then?
It only had to be about twice.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Is there proof?
How many times has she said that?
I can't even count on my fingers.
Is there proof?
Your Honor, if a girl tells you that he's not your son and she went to go take him to see another man, then what is that going to make you believe?
She took your son to see another man.
That's what she told me hours before we got here.
Nowhere near true. Nowhere near true.
So you didn't say that to him?
No.
What did you say?
I told him that it wasn't his. I didn't take him to see no other person.
But did you tell him you did?
Yeah, I told him.
Okay.
We were right.
And did you tell him that another man was his father?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's quite clear
and
that he is.
And she told me that she failed the lie detector test and she slept with other people as well.
Number one, the lie detector test. I clearly passed. You wanted it. I took it.
Wow.
I just don't want this anymore. So once you get proven otherwise, just see yourself out my house.
Your Honor, it's not going to change the fact that she is controlling.
I'm controlling.
I've had to take her to court to get custody for my son
I'm controlling.
Because she's kept him away from me.
We both have custody. We went together.
Because I had to take her down there. Not to mention she has an open court for you for a custody violation because you refused to give me my son.
You're saying he's your son, but when we get here, it's something else.
But I also told you he's my son until I'm proven otherwise.
Okay.
All right, I think it's time for the results. In the case of Fields versus Nichelson, when it comes to 1-year-old Kazir Fields, Mr. Fields, you are his father. How do you feel now, Mr.
I
Fields?
feel awesome. I feel great. It's not going to change anything. I'm still going to continue to be there. I'm still going to be the best father to him that I can be.
You always knew this.
Well, this could have gone a completely different way. But luckily, and I am thankful, as immature as both of you are, I am so thankful you were smart enough to find your way to this courtroom, to paternity court, so you can just get the answers. Watching you two argue, if I didn't know you were dating, I mean, sometimes it literally sounds like brother and sister. I mean, it's like, this is kids having kids. This two young people trying to figure their own way out into adulthood and now responsible for raising a young man. You guys got a lot of work to do, but the immaturity is clouding your judgment and your ability to co-parent and to focus on what's important. I need you to work on that, and I'm serious. Because ultimately, there's an innocent child out here that needs you two to grow up. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I wish you the best of luck. Court is adjourned. Ms. Bosley, you and your son have petitioned the court for a DNA test because you are certain he did not father the defendant's 3-month-old son, Maverick, and there are 2 other possible fathers. You say your son made a young and dumb mistake by signing the birth certificate, and you need today's paternity results to get his name off of it. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, you admit to cheating with another man, but claim to be certain that Mr. Bosley is Maverick's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Bosley, explain why you opened the case.
Well, I opened the case because I feel like my son made a terrible decision by signing a birth certificate. You know, basically, I just feel like, you know, we need to know. We need to know because I don't want my son to have to go through life wondering if this is his child or not.
So you feel like you got to save your son from a mistake he made.
I do.
Mr. Bosley, you signed the birth certificate,
Yes,
even though you had doubts?
I did sign the birth certificate, not saying it wasn't the right thing. It was stupid because I didn't know her.
So, Ms. Jackson, Mr. Bosley says he made a mistake.
Well, my testimony is, in the beginning, we were working together, and he was starting off like, "Oh, I love you. Do you believe in love at first sight?" And then the next day we was talking, and then we had sex, and then he was talking about, you know, the kids and all of that. And then I asked for a break because we were moving too fast. I already said that we was moving too fast in the beginning.
So, you meet and you almost immediately start a sexual relationship
Correct, Your Honor.
and start talking about having babies?
Correct. At first, I didn't believe it because I heard it once before. So
Yeah,
when
because
hear
you
things-
know that's what men will say
Yes.
just to get you to lay
Yes,
down
Your
with
Honor.
them.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
They make it sound like they want to have a family,
Yes, Your Honor.
but they saying it to everybody. So you do sleep with him.
Yes. And then, you know, I think I had my own place at that time, and I moved him in. Then that's when the cheating, I made my mistake. I'm sorry, I made my mistake in the beginning of that 2 weeks of me not knowing if this is real or not.
So, Mr. Bosley,
So, Your Honor.
Well, Your Honor, the situation was how she told me we was at the house chilling, relaxing, and she basically came from out of nowhere. A dude, one of her ex-boyfriends, popped up at the house. Yeah, popped up at the house.
popped up.
Yeah,
So,
No,
wait,
Your
what
Honor.
happened?
he popped up at the house, and she went to go talk to him for a little minute or what so. But the whole time I'm looking out the window trying to make sure, you know, ain't nothing going on. But at the time I was fine with that because we wasn't really together. We was just talking. We didn't never fully get together until.
So you sitting, but you wasn't fine with it because you were looking out the window while she was talking.
Because I just wanted to make sure, you know.
Exactly, because you weren't fine with it. You have admitted, Ms. Jackson, I made a mistake. You used the word cheating and then you cleaned it up and said a mistake. What happened? You tell me, because I can't get it out of Mr. Bosley.
I had gave oral sex to this person.
And I don't.
And-
what
and
man,
he- and
Your
he
Honor,
says-
what man will believe that she only gave you oral sex?
This is exactly why y'all don't have no business young, running around here, using sex like it's like an extracurricular activity.
And Your Honor, just to interject if you don't mind. Just to interject if you don't mind. I wasn't there during the whole sex and cheating thing. I found out she was pregnant at maybe about 4 months, maybe. And I told my son immediately, that's not your baby. Like, you've been with her not even long enough.
So, Ms. Jackson, when you found out you were pregnant, you told Mr. Bosley?
Yes, Your Honor. And then he was like, oh, wow, you are. You know, he was excited about the situation.
Your Honor.
And then,
Your Honor, it was
And y'all had known each other all of 2 months then, and y'all was excited?
It was
it
a
really
guy-
wasn't 2 months, it was a month.
It was a month.
Yep.
No, I wasn't excited. The 2 guys she cheated on me with, those was the guys that we worked together with.
Oh, so all of you all co-workers?
Yes, we all was co-workers.
Your Honor, I only cheated on him once.
I didn't.
And that's with the person that was at work. But I did have sex with one other person that was there at the job. And that was the person that came to the house. The other person that I didn't have oral sex or
This
sex.
is a mess. This is a mess.
Yeah.
How many people you gonna sleep with at the same job? When are you working?
That's why I'm here. This baby
Right.
is what matters.
It just adds up that she has slept with 3 men on her job. There should be no young woman out here sleeping with 3 men at her job. And that's why I'm like, what's going on here?
I feel like, Your Honor, it goes a bit deeper than that because you
it's
just
deep.
don't
No,
have
it's
women
deeper.
out here sleeping with men on their jobs. Like, something is a bit deeper than
Oh,
that. I don't
no.
know what it is.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It does
On both
go
ends.
deeper. It does go deeper than that. This is about 2 kids,
Yeah.
young people. You all out here spinning, and you're engaging in activities that create people, and it did. Maverick is 3 months old, beautiful, innocent child. And I'm trying to get the circumstances as to what was going on when he was conceived, and you can't even tell the story.
My last menstrual cycle was March 14th. And when I did have oral sex with that person, I was on my menstrual cycle at that time.
This is not about just the oral sex. You need to understand this, Ms. Jackson. This is about the fact that your child's paternity is in question. If you have slept with 2 coworkers, given oral sex to one, while you supposedly getting to know Mr. Bosley, no, it's not so far-fetched that people would also assume that you may have slept with that person or maybe even another person. At this point, you giving yourself away for free. And that's another thing that I haven't gotten to yet. Because there is no reason a beautiful young girl like yourself should be running around here laying around with this many men. It's unacceptable. And like I said, I'm not saying this to you. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Miss Jackson. I'm not saying this to you because I'm angry at you. I'm saying it to you because I don't know if you have anybody in your life to sit you down and say, you don't do that. Did you grow up with your dad in your life?
No. He denied me too. And it hurts. It hurts.
I understand.
I don't want my son to grow up like that without his dad in the picture because I know how it feels and I have my daddy issues. And growing up is hard.
I understand what you're saying. The way you feel about that, your actions are a reflection of the fact that you don't feel worthy. But that's not the way we go about it, baby. Because now you see what has transpired has led you to repeat the cycle. And that's what we're gonna break today. Somehow, some way. So, Mom, I wanna ask you, you say you know who Maverick's biological father is.
Well, Your Honor, I was actually how the situation went about. I was in her phone one day, and I scrolled down. I was on Snapchat basically, and I had seen the dude, and I said he looked just like my son. I'm like, what? Like,
Your Honor, he sent me that picture, and immediately, just in all honesty, I was like, that's not your son. Immediately, because this made me think twice.
And Mom, once you got that picture,
Once
you
I got-
believe
Oh, yeah.
this other
For
man
sure.
is the father.
For sure.
Well, you submitted the messages you saw,
see, look.
and this is between Ms. Jackson and the man you believe is the father. It says, I need some blank. That's what Ms. Jackson says. He responds, blank, you can come this way, babe. And then Ms. Jackson responds, blank, hell yeah.
So, Your Honor, he resembles this man.
And
in my
so
eyes.
you think this other man is Maverick's biological
Could
father?
possibly be.
Possibly.
Well, this other man is here, and I want to hear from him. Jerome, will you please escort the other gentleman into the courtroom?
Wow.
You're gonna go right up here. Stay to the left.
Let's see.
Right up here.
Mr. Green, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask you, what's your relationship with Ms. Jackson?
We met through a friend, and then we started talking through social media.
All right, so was Ms. Jackson interested in a sexual relationship with you?
Yes, Your Honor, she was trying to have sex.
So do you believe you are Maverick's biological father?
No, I don't. I just came here to prove that I'm not.
So each of the young men have submitted their baby photos, and when you align them with Maverick's, there's Mr. Bosley as a baby, there's Maverick in the middle, and then Mr. Green as a baby.
I just want to know. That's all I'm really. It's a kid on the line, and no disrespect to you. That's why I called you up that day. You know.
It's not a kid,
I
it's
just
a child.
want to know.
And at this point, what are you hoping for, Mr. Bosley? Do you hope Maverick is your son?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
If he minds, then we can move on. But if he's not mine, I'm gone. It's simple.
What are your hopes, Miss Jackson? What are you hoping for? I know you want to break the cycle for your beautiful son.
I want him to step up. Walking in the house and going back out, that's not enough time. Because it feels like that's what happened to me.
Your Honor, if I can just interject. My son, I love him. However, he's wrong in this too. Because you can't just keep running around making babies and not doing what you're supposed to be doing for them. Period. I told Pearl when I saw that picture, I felt like, okay, this is not my son's baby. So we've had a conversation. Even if it's not his baby, I'm still going to extend the olive branch to her.
Well, the olive branch has been extended and accepted because your son signed the birth certificate.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I even asked him, did he want to sign the birth certificate?
She didn't ask me
Yes,
that.
I did.
Why
Still
did you
remember.
sign it?
Same way he was
I
sitting
was
out
caught
there
up in
looking
my-
out the window
What you-
while she was sitting in the car with another man. And the same reason why she came back in and said she had oral sex with another guy
I
and he
signed it
still
because I
moved
felt
in.
like he was
and the
mine.
same reason why
That's
he
it.
looked at them messages and is still in here. It's the same reason why. Jerome, I'm ready for the results. In the case of Bosley versus Jackson, pertaining to whether Mr. Bosley or Mr. Green is the father of 3-month-old Maverick Bosley, it has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Bosley. that is
Awesome.
your son,
Okay.
your biological son.
Well, it's off my chest. That's all I came here for. That's all I wanted. I wanted him to be mine, so that's all we got. What we came here for.
I'm happy. I'm happy for Maverick. But the way you have approached your sexual relationships thus far makes me want to caution you that if you continue to use sex as just an activity, that you will end up here again. And if he tells you a half a line or tells you you look cute today, you gonna be back up there with him, and you know I'm telling you the truth. That's why I see that tear. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And every woman has that moment. The next thing you know, you in the bed, halfway down to making another baby with him. And I think you know what I'm saying. I can see it in your eyes. You get it, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I just can't stand to see a beautiful young woman just give herself away. And you gotta ask God for discernment. What am I, about to be 50, Jerome? I'm about to be 50 years old. I still ask God. I pray for discernment. Let me be able to see what's really going on.